Hello, 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 everyone. And we are live. I am here with three amazing business partners, and we are here to talk about something that we all go through. But before that, before we dive in, let's introduce ourselves. For all of you who don't know who I am, my name is Tay. I am a coach in this business, and I love this business. And I am also a mom, a wife, and I am a full time digital business owner. And I help people start their own digital businesses. All right. So, all right. Elena, introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Coach Tay. Thank you for having me here tonight. Thank you, Panya and Chow, for having me here. My name is Elena. I'm originally from Albania, but living in Massachusetts, USA, for 18 years now with my family. I am a teacher by profession, working here as instructional assistant. And on the side, I'm running this digital business. It's been great. 3 years of uh, ups and downs, but beautiful journey that I'm loving it every day. And this is my new passion now to guide other women, moms, teachers, any type of profession people to start their own digital business. So this is me. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, Elena.
Thank you, Chow.
And my name is Chong Miller. I am a mom, a wife, and a realtor by profession, and now a business mentor. I am going live from Arizona, and I'm just really excited about this opportunity, and I want to welcome Elena to our show, and
Thank you.
ready to go.
Yes.
Yes, I forgot to mention that we are from different states, except for me and Chong. We are in the same state. I'm in Arizona too.
Well, hello. Excited to have you here tonight, Elena. And my name is Panya, and I am streaming live from Minnesota. I am a mom, a wife, a business coach, and oh, sorry, not coach. I'm a business mentor,
You are
online
this
business
much
owner,
wouldn't be.
Mhm.
Soon to be
and I
coach.
am a yes, close. And I um, am a admin coordinator by profession, and I am yeah, as I am.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here. So, for all of you out there, welcome to our live. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about something that so many of us struggle with, like time management in business, right? Or even in our lives too. And let's be real, running a business and running our lives is like running our business. So it can feel overwhelming when you're trying to find that balance. And we're here to talk about it and how we experience it and how we overcome it. So, with me, when I first started, I thought I had to spend all day, every day working. And I quickly realized that it's not about working more, it's about working smarter and trying to keep my time organized. And I'll be very honest, we will have days where it will feel overwhelming and it will feel like everything's all over the place, but it's okay because if you can identify that that's happening, it's a good thing, right? For me anyways, I think it's a good thing because then you'll be able to bounce back and say, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my time? I need to prioritize and I need to really put a to-do, like relook at my list of to-dos so that I don't feel overwhelmed, right? So it's very important. So today we're breaking it down, okay? We're going to break down how to prioritize what actually moves your business forward, the power of systems and automation, how did we run our business in just a few hours, and then you'll hear from all of us here. And let's talk about this, how you ladies here, how many of you have ever felt like there's just too much to do? Like the pressure to be on all the time, right? How many of you have felt that? Share your experience.
Well, I could go first. When I first started, I I felt like I had to do a lot of stuff, I didn't know what to do. Does that make sense? Like, I know I had to like post 3 times a day. I had to do live. Well, luckily I wasn't ready to do lives, but like I had to do all these things. And then I'm like, I'm posting 3 times a day. What am I posting? Like I don't know. And then finally, when I kind of found out, then I'm like, hey, I could set it all up in one day, one time, and just do it 3 times a day for me. I could do that. And then, like I would set them up and then there'll be times when I'm like, well, I want to change. I don't want that one to go at that time kind of thing. So then I redo everything. But then but the fact that you can set it all up and you don't have to do it all you don't have to sit there all day to do it really saved me time. And as I learned how to do that, it saved me a lot of time. I had more time to do other things. And that's my thing for now, right now.
Yeah, so posting, messaging, creating content, training, it can be exhausting. I hear you. And the best part is our system, right? Like we're using automation, we're using the World Wide Web. There's so many different ways to scale time. And when you, especially in this business, right, you have the automation and we have the training to teach you how to do that. Because I used to think if I'm not working 24/7, I'm not serious about my business, right? But that's not true. That is not true at all, because overworking will lead to burnout, and burnout, I don't like this word, but like burnout will like KILS productivity, right? And so if you're burnt out, you don't feel like doing anything because you're just so exhausted mentally and physically. Even if you work online, it's not just the corporate world where we're feeling burnt out from. Okay. So what about you, Sis Lena and Panya? Both of you, any of you?
Yeah. Yeah, the beginning, like Sis Chow said, for me, it's been 3 years now in the business. Beginning was for real. It was struggling for me, trying to manage everything, trying to understand how this business works. But all the help from all the community that we are part of, our mentors, our coaches, made every day that was passing by was making it easier and easier every day. Plus the training is excellent. So it guides you step by step how to follow everything. And maybe each day you feel better in every step that you are putting on into this business. So you're trying to organize everything to put it in place. What time you're gonna dedicate to the business? Because like I said, for myself, I have a full-time job as well. So during that time, I wasn't working for the business. I wasn't working to understand how this business works. And usually for me is this time of the day during the night that I sit down and work on my business, because this is my free time. So, like I said, every day was passing by. I was trying to organize my day like it was helpful for me and my family, for everything to be in place. But yes, at the beginning, it was hard. It was like overwhelmed, but each day I got better. And here I am today. Of course, there is still days that are heavy because we have families, we have kids, so we have other responsibilities to take care of. But we are strong, and the the help and the support that we are taking for each and every one of our mentors and coaches and community, this is great. You can do it. If we are doing it, everyone can do it.
Everything's hard until it's done, right?
Yeah,
Because once you start doing it, you stay consistent and you try again, it gets better and better.
that's right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Panya?
Yes. Yeah, that's overwhelm is a very big word, but being in the business for so long, I've learned to take a step back. So my Saturdays are my reset days because I work from home too. So I feel like I'm always on the computer. So um, even though I'm on the computer interchangeably with time and breaks and everything in between, it just feels like I'm constantly um, behind the white screen, right? And with bright screen, for me, I don't have bright screen, so I'm not like at the end of the day, I'm not feeling overwhelmed or anything when and stuff. But I've learned to make Saturdays my um, oh my god, what did I just say earlier? Reset day, yes, reset day. So I do my training. I participate in my trainings in the morning, and after that, I shut off technology for the day. Like I don't tune into social media or anything in general, and I just spend time with my family. And I just do. Um, if I'm busy, then I don't check in with messages. But if I'm not busy, then we'll just hang out at home, and I'll do a quick, check in here and there. But besides that, that's pretty much my Saturday because my Sundays are pretty much my Mondays as well. So I start all over again on Mondays, and then I'm back on, setting time for my business. So because that's when I have a lot of time for my business, so I allocate time like that, so I don't feel so overwhelmed throughout the week because I know that with having a team, I am in committing to supporting them throughout their journey as well. So I set that aside and I make sure that my stuff is done and taken care of before we could have the time. And then, like Chong said earlier, scheduling is something that we tend to forget that we have, or we tend to want to utilize. But if we do utilize it, it's like, oh wait, but I that's something so fun today. I want to use that versus what I currently have scheduled. So I have to go back and change everything, right? So what I always do to make sure that I'm not feeling like, oh, I need to do that, I always set either my evening post or my afternoon post that it's not restricted, but I relied on something that's gonna happen throughout the day. So that I know that I'm not gonna feel like, oh, I gotta go and reschedule the current post that I have or stuff like that. But constantly we're always making sure that we have fun with what we're doing, because that's one thing about our business is that we gotta love what we're doing, and we do, right? So because we're creating materials and we're creating content and we're having fun while doing it, like right here, right now, today, we're all live together and we're creating a safe space for ourselves. We're creating a space to share with our audience, and we're creating an environment that we never knew that we could even create. So here we are exploring new changes and making changes, right? So from feeling overwhelmed, so it's just make sure that you kind of have that day set for you away from technology, because even though this is our online business and we tend to want to grow and we feel like we have to be present all the time, it's okay to tell your business partners or your community that you're currently, Saturdays are your days off. In reality, right? Even though you don't want to say you have a day off, but you kind of need that mindset reset, because if you're constantly on the go all the time, like Tay said earlier, you're gonna feel burnout, and especially when you have that flexibility already. So why put yourself in that situation when you are the owner of your own time and you're in control of your own schedule? So don't be afraid to say I'm doing me today. So yeah.
Wow,
Great.
you're organized. Now I can
Yes.
see from stressed to organized, overwhelmed to organized. You got everything in place. I have to learn from you. I'm so glad that we all have similar struggles. Yeah. And the audience, if you guys are watching, let us know. What's your biggest struggle with time management, right? Share with us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've ever felt like you're doing a million things but not getting anything done or any results from what you're trying to get done, share with us, because we're all human. It happens. You're not alone. We go through it together. And so don't be shy. Drop a emoji and let us know you stopped by. And if you're catching the replay, let us know too. Drop a comment and say replay so that we know that you stopped by, and thank you for the support. So, ladies, let me know. Actually, let's talk about what your biggest struggle is with time management. I know that we talked a little about it already, but like, what is your biggest struggle, right? It's nothing's perfect all the time. And I know that firsthand. Nothing's perfect, no matter how organized you think you are. You still have that struggle. So what has been your biggest struggle with time management?
Staying focused, I think, is one of my, see, I'm being distracted. See, trying to stay focused, because we got so many things distracting us. I have
Yeah.
my phone. Like sometimes when you're working on something, your phone rings, you get that. Then you forget what you're working on. Then, you know, and then you remember, and then you go back, and then something else comes up, and it's just a lot. So you kind of have to have a goal, what you want to accomplish, and set a date, set a time for that to become accomplished. Because I know that when I have a lot of time. I could spend all day doing something. I'm like, okay, I got two things I gotta do today, and I spend all day, and then I'm like, oh, I'm hurrying up to finish those two things before the day is over. As opposed to I could spend that time in the morning doing that, and then I have the rest of the day, right? But it's just how things are. You get distracted. If you're working from home, you could be distracted from family. You could be distracted from your phone, and if you have other jobs, you could be distracted from the other jobs too, and things like that. Like me, I work as a realtor. I also get distracted by that as well as being focused on this. So I'm doing computer for both the jobs as well. So it's just you gotta make sure you focus on one thing at a time and get it done. But the more time you have, the less things you accomplish. How's that?
Mm, that's amazing. I'm hearing set boundaries, stay focused, and if you're distracted, just hop back onto focus and push reset. I love it.
One thing I've done is, for me, I'm more of an electronic girl, and I prefer things electronically. But over the last few weeks, things has been changing because my team has been growing and stuff like that. So I had to, and my mindset has been growing. So I had to take a step back and rethink about how I am staying focused, because everything's always up here, right? But we know that as a busy mom, a busy online business owner, and a busy full time worker, you feel like you're starting to feel overwhelmed with everything, because you feel like you have everything on here on top of your head, and you think, oh, I got everything done. I got everything, or not done, but ingrained in my head on what I need to do. But I learned firsthand last week was that I had actually missed two of my tasks that I was supposed to do for my other job. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe it's time to start writing things down, because even though everything is on the phone, on my computer, it's just because I'm working with so many platforms and so many devices, right? So it's just like I have to go to this computer to get my business stuff. I have to go to that computer to get my work stuff, and then I have to go to my phone to get my other stuff, right? So I've learned to incorporate. Maybe I just need one central location for all my meetings, all my notes, and vice versa, right? Because I share a calendar with other not business partner, colleagues, right? And then it's like, oh wait, but then I always forget, like, that's not my color, so I'm not responsible for that, right? And all that stuff. So I kind of learned to be like, okay, maybe I need to write things down versus realize, or what's the word? Oh my goodness, sorry, I keep getting brain freezes, because that's how it is with the mom being a mom, right? But having those little new changes that you're adapting to, is because as even though no matter how far along you are in your career, you gotta learn to make changes to adapt, because now that you have little ones running around you, right? Because for me, my youngest, he's very attached to me, right? So that's why whenever I'm working downstairs, he rather be literally right next to me, playing next to me, when he has a bunch of other toys out in front of him, but he's here pulling every drawer, digging through stuff, right? So it's like you're constantly working, but then yet you have to keep an eye on him, but then at the same time, you don't want him to cry while you're going live, and stuff like that, right? So so you have to learn to adapt. So adapting is something that I've had incorporated into my own daily routine, because um, even though I have a reserved time for my full-time job, it's not like I have to report, and stick with two at 9 to 5. As long as I'm getting my 8 hours in a day, or completing my 40 hours in a week, I'm done, right? So it's just like I've been cutting sections, because I know that my kids are home with me, so I can't just be sitting on the computer from 9 to 5. So being adaptable, being strategic about how you're doing your schedule and planning it out. Sundays, I've started it, but I haven't really been on a roll with it. But Saturdays are my reserve days where I'm writing my schedule for the week, right? Last week I was able to do it and it felt so good because I was able to be like, this is all my tasks that I need to do for this job, and including being a mom, right? Even at home. So I have a list for at home to do because people forget that just because you stay at home, you're not doing anything, right? You're a mom, obviously, so there is to do task for that as well. So when I was writing it, when I remember I was writing at home to do, and I was thinking in my head like, I have nothing to do at home. And then of course, after I wrote, I'm done writing at home to do, all those to do things came rushing, right? So it's like, man, how am I supposed to do that in all week? But then being as organized as like Tay said, no matter how organized you are, you will always have a setback, right? So what I do on my list is that I put dates, due dates on there versus just saying clean the bathroom, feed the kids, right? Well, feed the kids is a daily thing, so I don't have a choice. But little things like that that will help you stay on top of your task for versus feeling overwhelmed with just saying, I have A through Z that I need to do for the week. So that's kind of like something that doesn't really help a person to stay organized. But that's one key that helps me stay organized is putting due dates on a specific task. And like for example, like if you have a job, a full-time job, and you have tasks to do, of course, those has real deadlines versus a home to do job or yeah, stay at home mom to do job where those deadlines they are real, but they're not they're as restricted as your job. So you have the flexibility, allow yourself to have that flexibility, but hold yourself accountable for when you're not checking off those to-do lists because you, like Tay would say, you start to feel that, right? It's like, oh my goodness, I know that I had 10 to-dos that I was supposed to do today, but I didn't do it. Now I have to do it. But you have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't, then obviously you're just gonna let it slide. And that's what I did for a little while there before I started writing things down again, is because my brain is always constantly running. So right, like Chung would say too, when you do this and then you get distracted by doing this, it's just all comes together and all of a sudden it's just like, oh my god, I forgot what I was supposed to do. And I've been really bad with memory, so it's just like, okay, so this is where the change needs to start. It's not because of the things that I'm getting assigned to do or I'm assigning myself to do. It's because of myself. So it has to start with me, with staying organized, with staying on top of things, and being who I used to be, right? Because someone here can attest to that, right? So she's always like, man, what happened to her? You know what I mean? But but that is true. So as you grow older and as you start to navigate into your own self, right? You start to find yourself and you start to realize the things that's happened to you along the way of adulthood and parenthood and everything. And it starts to flow. And then now you start to be like, yes, that's the person I used to be. But I want to be better from that person that I used to be versus I need to go back to being that person, because you shouldn't be going backwards. You should be building upon that and moving forward. Okay, sorry. I keep talking too much, so I'll let Alina go.
I I love to hear you. Good tips. But yeah, I really resonate with Cho as well. I get really distracted too by taking the phone right at that moment. I want to do something, shoot a video or do a post or something, and another video comes up over there, and I just get distracted and I forget what I was supposed to do in that moment. So we have to be more organized. But what I was going to say is prioritizing. Prioritizing your tasks during the day is a great key, to be organized. Because we are moms, we have families, we have responsibilities, we have our full-time jobs, most of us. But it's hard. It's hard because we want to do everything. We want to do everything in the same moment and get ourselves so overwhelmed. And we don't know which one to do first. But I am trying. Thank you to all the tips that we are getting from our community and you ladies. Uh, is helping a lot. We're trying to get those tips and to put it in our own lives, to apply those, and are helping, but still, I need more work with myself to stay organized. I can say it out loud, you know. I'm not such an organized person because I want to do everything, and I get so tired at the end of the day. I'm really overwhelmed. But we are trying. We are doing our best, and it's for a better future for our family. This is our main or our biggest why, especially for our kids. Uh, but yeah,
Write it down. Write it
prioritizing.
down.
Yeah,
Write it down.
write it down.
Write it down. It
Um,
will help you. That's
now
kind of
that
what I
you
did.
say write it down, I want to give you an old Chinese proverb. It
Mhm.
says, a short pencil is better than a long memory.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah. I really like that. Oh,
Mhm.
it has happened to me when I write down things on the notes in my phone. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to remember that I have this note here and I'm going to use it when I need it. But when that time comes and I need it, I forget that that note is there. And when I open
Mm.
another time, I say, oh my God, here it is. I was looking for it. I didn't use it, you know, because it's better to put it in writing. I agree with that.
Yes.
Old school. Old school is
Yes.
better.
Yes.
It is. And then what I find hold myself accountable is that I'm constantly looking at my notebook between all the three pages, right? So that I know that I'm reviewing it versus doing it on my phone where I'm setting like to-do lists. But that's how I used to do things. Is I just go in there and I do it under my notes and I just check it off, check it off, check it off, right? But with that, it's like Elena said, it's just you forget that you have a notes, and then when you have it written down, you're like, yes, it's written down. I can flip between back and forth, and then that's the thing that I used to love about helping me stay organized is that um, you can do paper clips and you can have all these fancy little post-it notes and all these colors and stuff like that. And so it's just like when you set the time for yourself to be organized. Even though I sound organized, guys, it's not. I'm not that organized either. I'm just making myself sound organized. But when you do things, yes, when you do things repetitively, I think it becomes a thing where it be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. I'm supposed to be doing that right now.
Hmm.
So, um, and then once you do it enough, I think it will come as a normal routine. Like our business partners always says in their trainings, if you don't do it, obviously, if you're not doing it as a repetition, it's not going to be something that you're gonna want to continue doing or want to continue to make a change for yourself. So write it down, physically write it down, not text it down, I should say, and kind of hold yourself accountable. And like, if you know that you're supposed to be reserving your 2 hours for work, then stick to work for that 2 hour. And then if you happen, you know, make sure you're taking those little breaks, right? Because I have an Apple Watch, so it's always constantly saying you need to do your 10-minute walk or whatever, right? So, but then sometimes I ignore it and I continue working because I know I only have 2 hours. But then I've learned that, hey, that 2 hour and that 5-minute break is that's why it's giving me a reminder, because I've been sitting for too long, and you need to be okay to step away from your computer, from your phone, from whatever you're doing, and and take that 5-minute breather to allow yourself to reset, right? Because we all know that feeling overwhelmed and we're always constantly on the go, obviously when you get to sit behind the wheel to drive and stuff like that, you're gonna feel like everything's gonna be rushing in anyway again. So instead of letting everything rush in, allow yourself to have that minute from driving from point A to point B to reset everything, instead of thinking I need to do this when I get home, I need to do that when I get home, I need to it's just I've learned the hard way. And now that I'm a mom of three, it's just like, oh, you guys can clean up after yourself, or oh, you're gonna eat off the ground, it's okay.
Oh, yes. It's
Oh
house
yeah,
rule.
Funny. Well, you know what? All moms can relate to that. But that's a great, shifting from working smarter to not harder, right? Writing things down, staying organized. We're never going to be organized. But I really want to answer this question where one of our audience has asked, will this also work for stay-at-home fathers? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
This business is made for anyone who is open to learn more, who is coachable, who is able to follow simple instructions and be able to just keep going and be self-driven. If you are somebody who wants to change for your life, your family's life, and your financial future, definitely message any of us on this platform here, and we'd be happy to answer your question. Also, you can also leave in the message just like how you did. So it is for moms, for dads, singles. You don't have to be just a mom, okay? It's just we happen to be all moms on this panel here, but we have dads, we have doctors, we have engineers, we have all walks of life. So thank you for the question. And yes, it is for stay-at-home fathers also. Oh, thank you for the
It's
question.
actually, yes, really great for stay-at-home fathers. You can, you know, still take care of your children and make an income. And,
Yeah.
because I know there's a lot of fathers who stay at home and let the wife do all the, go and work. But you can still contribute both ways. And now I think that it's better for working stay-at-home parents to have this side hustle or side business when and instead of just going out and work and then pay someone to take care of your children, because when you stay home and stay with your children, you have you build and you raise them the way you want, and you could trust that you're gonna take care of them, because it's harder to trust that third party is gonna take care and love your child the way you do. And so why do you work and pay someone to take care of you, put your paycheck to give your paycheck to someone to take care of your kids when you could actually stay at home with your kids and then run this business? And not only that, but this business, you have the opportunity to build generational wealth for your kids. So by the time your kids are grown and go to college, you have built this business. You have the ability to build this business to where now, if you can retire early, you'll have money that you can support them in their endeavors, college, or if they want to open a business, if they want to do anything else, you have the in that time. And because people are in this business, many are building like this generational wealth within 5-6 years. If you got kids that are small, by the time they graduate in 18 years, or you would have a lot set up for your children and yourself, and you could probably retire by the time they go to college, and travel the world and still be making money because this business runs by itself. Really, there's just things you do, and you can work from anywhere and anytime. So definitely look into it this is something, if you've been thinking about doing something while you're staying at home with your children.
Absolutely, you are correct, Chong. But it doesn't happen overnight, okay? Just want to emphasize that this is not a get rich quick. This is a real legitimate business that takes time, effort, so do have realistic expectations, okay? All the possibilities are there for you to make it happen. You have to create your environment and your future. The business is just here to help you get there. So again, not a get rich quick, doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen, okay? So I just want to say that you guys had made some really great points about being overwhelmed and then moving to being organized. As moms, as business owners, we have so much on our plates. Like Elena mentioned, we want to do everything all at once. And for some reason, we can sustain that. I don't know how. I don't know. But we are able to get it done, and sometimes it's okay if we don't get that to-do list done, right? Just add it on to the next one, and don't put a whole gazillion things on that to-do list. Prioritize. You guys talked about prioritizing also, so that you won't be overwhelmed, and shifting your mind into doing income producing activities on in your business, right? Focusing on the things and engaging in the activities that will grow your business and get it going. And we work online, so we can scale by scheduling things out, right? And following up and just staying plugged into to your mentorship and your training, and everything else scheduled and automated, right? That's the best part about our business. And we will still get overwhelmed, but hey, most of the heavy lifting is done for us because we are utilizing and leveraging a system, a proven system that is works for us 24/7, right, around the clock. So just want to talk a little about how our system, we spend hours like really manually responding to messages and posting contents and tracking leads and like other businesses, right? But with automation tools and systems, and everything changes, and you have more time, because if your business is running in the background for you, then it's only from overwhelming if that you don't prioritize, like how we talked about, right? We all struggled with it. We struggle with focus. We struggle with resetting. We struggle with trying to remember things, wanting to do everything at the same time, all at once, right? Not just moms, but dads too, okay? Not just moms and dads, but singles too, right? We all have struggled. We struggle with time management. And when you can acknowledge that it is something that you struggle with, then you find the solutions for it. So, and honestly, I think I say this for all of us here when I say our business runs even when we're not online, right? What Pania said, that Pania turns off her phone so that she can spend time with family. That is the best part, because our business is still open, because the online world is open 24/7. So that's one thing that really helps with staying organized too. And I need to learn how to shut off my phone, but hey, I do schedule things. So the best part is, hey, our business is still running in the background, right? So we pre-scheduled contents, automated responses, training systems for our teams and for ourselves, right? To do things with our teams. And that's the best part. And we're sharing, because so that you can see how amazing it is. In this business, so many of you ask questions on like, what do we do, right? And this is us being transparent. We come on so we can share. We do lives because we want to share this blessing with you, and to also help our business partners too and ourselves. But you don't have to. This is what we call online business made easy for ordinary people just like me. And I think I can say for all of us on this panel too. And we love it. And I love it. And these ladies here love it. And we love our tools. So again, I would just want to summarize boundaries, right? Setting boundaries, staying organized is to write things down, prioritize your to-do things, whether you are dad, mom, surgeon, engineer, okay? We all have struggles. And trying to remember things is, maybe some can, but hey, I can't. So I'm just going to simply do a daily schedule and and then follow up, right? So thank you, ladies, for being here. Thank you to all of our viewers. Do you all have anything else to add before we let our audience go?
About the topic, I think we said everything that how we feel from our own perspective. But yeah, I was just gonna make uh, a call to anyone that is looking for all these benefits that we just sharing here, like independence, more income, time with your family. Just check this opportunity out. Reach out to any of us here and ask question to learn more about this great experience that each and every one of us here and our global community is seeing results every single day. So reach out.
Yes. I want to add that you know, we talked about how to how we don't, there are times when we can't get everything done, and or don't know how to organize or prioritize, and our global community teaches us that too, because we have someone who knows something, or they have a method, then they try share that with all of us so we can all learn and maybe adapt and use that method. And that's what's great about this community is there's like you know what
You're not alone.
250,000 in like the around the world, and we help each other, and we learn from each other. And that's the great thing about it is that we help each other, we learn with each other, and we celebrate together. And
Yes.
that's so you're in business for yourself, but you're never alone. You're not in business by yourself, for yourself, but not by yourself, because we got this whole community to help, to support you, and you get a mentor and a coach
Yeah.
that will help you. So
Absolutely. Hmm.
And we all celebrate each other's wins. So we
Yeah.
all feel good and we all feel like we reached a milestone as well with our
Mhm.
partners. So
yes,
it feels great.
we all pull each other up.
Yes.
So
I agree. I agree. And that's the best thing. Tanya, do you have anything to add?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, at the end of the day, thank you for sharing, ladies. But just for you out there, at the end of the day, success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. So I just want to remind you to stay focused on what moves your business forward. Move whatever your hobby or your whatever you're looking for, right? Or whatever you've been doing to help it move forward. Use a system and automation to free up your time because that's what we're doing here and that's why we're sharing it. And remember to set boundaries. Boundaries is the biggest thing that I heard today. Setting boundaries for yourself, for your surrounding, for your area, and your business for what works for you, not the other way around. Okay. And if you are here or you've been here and you stop or you were watching the replay and you got some takeaways, drop it in the comment and let us know how how you it has worked for you or how it's you're gonna apply it. And then when you're ready, if you're ready to work smarter and not harder, then drop a fire emoji in the comment, and we'll definitely reach out to you and with next steps. So that's all for today. If this was helpful, like, share, tag whoever you think needs this. And we will see you all next time. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies, for being here. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
thank you, Lena.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure having you here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.